What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Let's Eat Orlando with Amy Drew and Biggie, where we talk about food, what's good to eat, and what's good to eat in Central Florida. What's going on, Amy Drew? Long time no speak.
Missed you so much. It's been so long. And what's going on is the cat has stolen a pen from off the counter. That's
That
what's
sounds
going
about
on over
right.
here.
That sounds about right. Cats,
Yep.
cats, and podcasts. That's
Yes.
that's a very popular trend I've noticed. Anytime
Is it?
I'm on a podcast, yeah. Anytime I'm on a podcast, I or do host or do one, and the cat's around, they will show up and definitely be part of the show every time.
Yeah, that's happening. Or they just distract you.
That too. That too. So
It's
what's
good to be
what's
back.
new and what's good?
I,
Good. It is good to be back.
what's new? It's a new year, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. Have we done this year? How long
Yes,
has
we
it
have
been?
done this year.
Okay,
It's
okay.
been a
So it's
while.
not a
We're
new
this
year.
is episode
New
like
season.
not a new year.
It's a new season. It's
Wow.
summer. It's raining, which is nice because we didn't get enough rain for a while. And we're out there eating all the time, running around, having some snacks because it's the summertime. We're road tripping. I like road trip snacks.
I love a good road trip snack, and I also love a good snack, especially watching a World Cup and stuff like that. I definitely did quite a bit of snacking as well. So yeah, I definitely that's always a good one. Do you know? Out of curiosity, I'll give you.
Spain
I'll
knows how to snack, by the way. If you want to really talk about countries that know a good snack, like acorn-fed ham and cheese and wine, olives. I mean, that doesn't really count as a road trip snack, but yay, Spain.
yeah, no, for sure. Do you know what the oldest recorded snack is?
The oldest recorded snack, tree bark,
It goes
pine cone.
back 500. It goes 5,000 to 7,000 years back. This
But
snack,
it's like
and we
legit a
still eat it.
snack.
We still eat it. We still all eat it.
Puffed rice.
Close. Starts with a P. Popcorn.
Okay, all right, makes sense.
Yeah.
That is like probably if we're gonna talk like really legit snacks, like things that come in bowls or bags, that's my favorite thing to make here. And
Mm-hmm.
I will skip dinner. I haven't gone to a lot of like theater movies since COVID, and it's a habit that I am slowly starting to pick back up this summer. And I was so sad because I went to dinner before the first movie of the summer, and then I got all this popcorn and I had no room. So then I went to a movie the following week and I literally skipped dinner so that I could just eat popcorn. And I ate so much popcorn that my tongue like hurt from the salt by the end of the
How much butter are you doing this? Like, are they buttering it for you, or are you in a place did you go to a place where you could butter it yourself?
I don't remember. We got butter. I didn't do
Okay.
the butter, so I can't say whether my friend did it or I think they just buttered it from behind the counter. But I was so secretly pleased that he wanted butter because some people are like, "Oh, no butter, please," and I'm always like, "No, I wanted the fake butter. I love the fake butter." Is that bad for me to say as like a professional food writer?
I think
I
that's a
like
wonder.
fake.
I think it's a wonderful.
I
When
love
I
the
used
fake
to
movie theater butter popcorn. Yeah.
when I worked at a movie theater, that was the thing. I had some people that were professional, and they would be like, "Hey, can you do me a favor and then fill it halfway, add some butter, and then put the other on top, and then add more butter on
Yes.
top?" And I'd be like, "Yes, I definitely can do that." I also knew some people that they would do it if you could have your own pumping. I saw some people would grab straws and put a straw and then put it into the popcorn and then put the butter, so that way it would kind of force it to drip into the middle more, so that way it was not just the top of the popcorn with the butter, and it would actually permeate down. So yeah, it is definitely one of those things that
I was
I do
thinking
enjoy
how funny
popcorn.
would
I
it be if
actually
you were in like a busy line and you were like, okay, just fill it up halfway, and then you leave, and then you come back, and you're like, okay, now put
Now give me
more.
the other half. No, no, no.
Right,
Even
right.
though
And
there
there's
are
like
some
20
places that
people
do all you
waiting.
can eat. Do you have like a go-to snack since you're on the road a lot? I mean, and obviously I'm talking about snack, not like how Amy Drew eating on for work on the go. But like, do you have like a go-to
I
like
have
road
like
trip
my
snack or
two back in the day snacks. Like now, these days, I really don't. Like my big treat on the road is like fountain soda, fountain diet soda from Wawa. Is like, or McDonald's when maybe my kids were little. I don't generally, every time I go into Wawa when I'm driving long distance, I think about getting these snacks, but I don't because, you know, I'm trying to be good.
Yeah.
But my
Yeah.
two favorite snacks from back in the day were combos, like the very basic pretzel and cheese combos, and the original flavor corn nuts, to show you how much I
Original
love
flavor
popcorn.
corn nuts.
Because, yeah,
Wow. Okay.
corn nuts are
Okay.
it. Like that choclo, when you go to like the Peruvian restaurants and they have that, and they give you that little teeny, it's like a little teeny tiny, like bowl for popping. And I'm always like, they should put like a whole bowl of this up here. But then I guess there'd be no room for 7 gallons of ceviche, which also has choclo in it.
So I ironically in my research, the first intentionally manufactured snack food was pretzels. And they were
I
created
love
in
pretzels.
610 AD by Italian monks. And that was kind of the first thing that they created, which kind of makes me laugh because I think about it. I'm like, that would make sense because bars, they always have like some kind of usually a snacky food, and that's usually what kind of works. Like sometimes it's like,
And back in the
nuts
day,
and pretzels.
monasteries were giant bars because that's what they did.
Correct. Correct.
They made beer and wine and champagne because what else were they going to do?
Yeah. So
Right?
that's like one of the big ones for me. My road trip snacks, I do usually will do something like a combo. I usually I don't. And it's funny. I'm not usually a chip person, but I will eat chips while I'm driving on a road trip. One big one, which is it's funny because we have the Cheez-It bowl here in Orlando, and I have a Cheez-It problem, and we buy Cheez-Its, and I snack. It's like my little I'll do like a little bowl and I'll snack on some throughout the course of the like in the late afternoon sometimes, like in between is like my little snack between the kind of get me through the work day type of like, hey, you almost did it, buddy, here's a little treat for you
You're so
type
sweet.
of thing. But
Please, it's so good.
that's yeah.
The other day I had to resist. I was at an Asian market down on West Colonial. I can't remember. And I always, the snacks are just, you want to get, I'm like, oh my God, you know, octopus beak flavored Lay's potato chips. Like, I need to try those, like whatever the weirdest thing is that they have is what I want. But when I was in Japan, I bought a lot of snacks late at night, whatever. You go into the convenience store and you get, and one of the things that I found in Japan was something called squid peanuts. So they're almost like a little tiny peanut butter cookie. Like it almost looks like a peanut that got crushed and then somehow turned into a cookie. I don't know how they do it. It's magic. But it tastes like a little peanut butter cookie, but it's also a little bit salty, which a good peanut butter cookie would be. But it also has that calamari taste to it. Like it tastes like fish. It's like this blended.
Peanut and fish.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, yeah, it's like squid and peanut put together in this little cracker. And it took me a while, but I went to I can't remember the brand, but it opened in Tampa. It's like a Japanese store that sells everything, like housewares and health and beauty and socks and everything. And they have a snack section. And oh my God, they had squid peanuts. And they were not as good as the ones that I had in Japan, but I was so excited I bought like 3 bags of them. So if anybody out there can tell me, I next time I'll check. It's a black shiny bag with fancy food photography on it was the bag. And oh my God, they were so good. But then again, there was also a lot of whiskey in Japan, so maybe they tasted better because
Yeah, probably. Speaking, so one of the things that I also did in my research, I was looking at that they say that the earliest preserved snack, which archaeologists have found, they found 2,000 years actually perfectly preserved, was jerky stored in ancient Chinese tombs. So beef jerky
but was
was
it
something.
jerky when it went into the tomb or did it just turn into
That
jerky?
is a great question, but I think it was possibly it was. I could see that because of like, kind of like how you salt it and you kind of do those things. But yes, that was like one of the most earliest preserved snacks was that. Because supposedly
Wasn't one of the oldest drinks found like didn't they find tea or honey? Maybe it was honey. They found honey that was like 1,000 years old or
I believe
I
it.
don't know.
I believe
And like
it.
you could still eat it,
Yep.
basically.
But I will say something about like the snack is like sometimes the hard part about it is like if you there's like a good and bad to it because like the good is usually it's small, it's something it kind of like something that you can just pop in your mouth and do, but then it's also one of those things where kind of like popcorn or for me, Cheez-Its, like if you're watching TV and all that stuff, you're not paying attention, you're just eating, and then next thing you know, you've eaten the whole bag,
Mhm.
or the whole bowl, and you're like, I didn't remember eating these. Like
Or your
I
tongue is
just
completely desiccated because there was so much.
correct, because there was so much salt on it and butter on it that you're like, I can't even feel my tongue. I need a refill of my
I
drink.
think the butter was like, like kind of like a panacea to that. Like for a while the butter lasted, because of course I did not know the straw trick. So all the butter was on top. So I ate through all the butter layers, and then I got to the salt layers, and then my head caved in. And I don't know how the movie ended.
That's hilarious that you're like, I don't even know. I don't even know how it ended. That's a, do you
Exactly.
have
I didn't end up finishing the popcorn because it just got so, near the bottom, it was like more salt than anything else. It was too much.
yeah, no, but there is nothing like good fresh popcorn. I will say that I do enjoy that during the movies. And with the summer movies and everything, you got to have your snacks with all the movies and everything coming out, which
Especially
I
if you go see
definitely.
the Odyssey, because that movie's like 5 hours long.
Yeah, I want to see that. I haven't seen that. It's on my list to see. I definitely want to check it out. And I have heard I hope they have like an intermission. They had an intermission in Titanic when they would make it
I
because it
did
was
not
so.
see Titanic in the movie theater. I'm one of those annoying people that's like, I've heard too many things about these movies, and now I'm sure it's not going to be as good as everybody says. So,
Yeah.
like, it was
So
years
I,
later till I saw the Titanic.
so
And
ironically,
spoiler alert, it was not as good as everybody told me it was.
so Titanic, the craziest thing about Titanic is, so I used to, in college, when I would go, I didn't go home that often, but when I went down to visit my parents, I had a summer job, and my summer job was at a movie theater. And during that time was I worked at the movie theater during the time Titanic was at, and my parents barely ever went to the movies, but they're like, oh, you work there, we're going to go to the movies, we want to see Titanic. So they went to go see Titanic while I was working there. The thing that's crazy is, and this is, I think about it now years later, and I'm like, man, I'm super dumb, because there was a bomb threat called. They cleared out the entire theater, and then they basically had bomb sniffing dogs, and they needed people to walk the theaters with the bomb sniffing dogs and the bomb, because to see if anything was out of place. And I was like, yeah, I was working, so I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I literally walked the theaters in the middle, and then like everyone was upset, and they
With
all had
the
to wait. And then
dogs?
once it finally, yes, with the dogs, and I had to
When
like
was
go
this?
walk
This
the.
seems very Gen X. Like, yeah, sure, let
This
the
is
kids in
during.
the movie theater walk with the bomb dog.
Yes. Yes. Here I am walking with them, and they're like, "Do you see anything you don't recognize or whatever?" And I'm like looking around, and I'm like I'm like really paying attention to see if we find anything. And of course, but it never, I don't know why. I mean, you could tell I was a college kid, because I had never in my wildest dreams would I be like, oh yeah, there could be a real bomb and I could have exploded. People were just upset. They were all waiting outside. And then finally, when it got to all clear, then they're like, are we going to finish watching the movie? We got to finish watching the movie. And
You
so
don't
then
know
they
how it
ended up
ends.
watching it. Well, and the thing about that movie, and the
Did it?
reason
Does
why
it
I thought it was so interesting, was they literally have an intermission, because it was so long at the time that there was an intermission in the movie. So you actually would stop it so they could change the reels, and everyone would go to the bathroom or go do whatever, and then they would bring back and then start it up again.
I think that they used to do that like in the old timey days.
Well, I am old.
Not that old. I mean, but
Yeah,
Titanic, now it's like movies are 9 years long and nobody cares. I don't know why they do that. I see a lot of movies now and I'm just like, this could have been like an hour and a half. So I've heard a
I
couple
get
good,
it.
everything I heard about the Odyssey was good, except last night I read one really snarky, mean review. And I don't know if it's
You
true or
always
not,
gotta.
but it was funny. I'll give it that. I haven't seen the movie.
So, what have you, out of curiosity, since it's been a while, do you have any places or anything like that that you've eaten at recently that like you kind of want to share? I think it'd be something kind of fun to be able to talk about, like places you've been to, maybe ate, drank that recently that you kind of want to talk about.
Let's see. Places that the night that I couldn't eat the popcorn because I was so full, I went to a place called Yumikatsu down Edgewater next to Wusong Market. There's like an Asian market
Okay.
down there. Have you heard of this place? So it's like a chain, and katsu is like the big thing, but it's Korean. So they also have Korean food. So they have katsu and curry katsu, and then they have like all these different Korean dishes, like stews, and it was really good. I will say that. It was so delicious. And they have katsu they have like, it's like Indiana pork tenderloin sandwich, but a katsu. Like it's like this huge pork cutlet.
I love
That's
that.
hammered, and the breading is really good. The curry was really solid. The banchan that came with. I ate a lot of pork that night. Yeah, no room for popcorn at the inn
I
after
bet.
that,
I
but
bet.
it was really good. And then last week or a couple of weeks ago, I ate Surinamese food for the first time,
What's that?
and it's food from Suriname, which is in South America, but the influences in this country are interesting. They're like Indian and African and Dutch and Chinese, and it's like a very diverse culture in this small South American country. And this particular restaurant is mostly Hindustani food, but Surinamese and a few Surinamese Chinese dishes. So you've got like some fried rice and wok fired noodles and stuff like that. But I had so much food there, and it's like very comfort food, stewed lamb, stewed duck with curries and things like that. But one of the things that I had there that I could not resist, they have chicken livers on the menu. You could get like a chicken liver wrap, and it is legit basically just this giant wrap stuffed with chicken livers, like stewed, and they were done so well. And they have this killer hot sauce that they make in house that's like, I don't know, it's like 98% habanero peppers and like 2%
Jeez.
something else. It's amazing. So that on the chicken livers in the wrap was just, if you like that kind of thing.
What's the name of the place again?
It is called Grand Rupram Roti, and there are several of these in Suriname, and there's a couple in the Netherlands, and this is the very first one. They're all owned by the same guy, and this is the first one in the States. We have it right here in Orlando, because we're so
Wow.
international, which is pretty cool.
Where in Orlando is it? Is it like in the tourist area, or is it more towards like non-tourist area? Where is it at?
No, I would definitely not call this a tourist area. I can't remember the neighborhood that it's in because I go to so many places. Like I can
Yeah.
picture where it's sitting. I can't, but I wrote about it last week,
Okay.
which might be 2 weeks ago in the paper.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Instagram. You'll see pictures of lamb and rice and curried potatoes, and it was really good. So
Sounds
highly,
good.
highly recommend.
I'm writing it down. We'll put it in the show notes along with the Yumikatsu. That
Yes,
sounds
yummy.
delicious.
It's spelled Yumee. And neither of these places are fancy. One is counter order. The other one has like a kiosk, a video kiosk. You can just punch in your stuff,
Yeah.
and pay right there at the little computer.
What are your thoughts? What totally off just because what are your thoughts on kiosk ordering?
I mean, as long as it works, I have no problem with it. It's nice if you have questions for it to be closer to the counter, but I mean, it was fine. As long as it works. Sometimes it can be high pressure if there's people behind you and you want to. So I would always say that for kiosks, it would be nice if they had a couple at least so that you didn't feel like the pressure of people lining up behind you. I'm that way. I know that there are other people that are like, I'm ordering and I'm taking my time. And that's probably the better way to be.
Yeah.
So that you can get what you want. But I always feel like, oh my God, there's 5 people behind me. Just bang.
That's where I'm
I
at.
better pick
I get
something.
like that. I get
Yeah.
anxious that way. I totally get that.
That's the downside to the kiosk for me.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that. I wouldn't have a problem with the kiosk as long as I have someone that I can actually talk to or ask questions to, especially if I've never been there. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't have a problem with it for
navigate the
efficiency.
screen and you miss and you're like, wait, what's that? I didn't even see that. And you realize
I didn't even order. I forgot to order fries. Like I didn't even know I could order fries with this, or I could substitute this. Because there's not always when you talk to someone and they're like, well, I do this, but I do this, and instead of this, add the extra veggies. And I was like, well, how do I do that on this tablet? I don't know how to do it.
It's like you have to have like an IT certificate to order food.
Well, I ate at Kristen and I went out, and when we ate at Antica Pizzeria and Market.
I love that place. It's been a while. Still good?
It's still good. We had the one thing that we did bite 30. Is what we did, and we wanted to try something, and we figured it'd be a good excuse to go, and we made she and I went out and ate there, and then I will say that it was funny because I was craving pizza, and even though and I'm kind of curious to see what your thoughts are on it, because it is a pizza, the Stella, because but it's
The
in a
star one.
but it's a star and
Yeah.
it's like truffle. It's like a star shaped pizza, but it's got like no, it has not your traditional pizza because it's also like it's cut in a way where it's like a truffle ricotta,
Yeah, it has the
you
ricotta
know.
cheese on it,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
got like
really
the truffle ricotta. It's got like, it's got arugula, but then it also has like on the corners, there's like on the four corners, if you were to eat it, it basically has, what is it called? It has the arugula and then tomatoes with a drizzle, like a little bit of a balsamic drizzle.
mhm.
And it had, I forget what's in the middle. It was like
It's
a
like a burrata or something.
burrata. Yes, a burrata in the middle. And then the idea of it is you basically, they're cut in four. It's like four different end stars, the four stars. And you basically grab your end and you open up the pocket where it's like literally just different cheeses,
And you, like,
truffle and
grab a
ricotta
piece of the
stuff.
burrata.
Yeah, you grab and then you grab some burrata, you cut some burrata and throw some burrata in there, then you add it, then you top it into it's almost like a little pizza pocket, and then you top your arugula and your tomato with the balsamic, and it was super good. I was like, man, I'm like, this is really, really good.
Now I want pizza. Ask me what I ate before I came here. Pizza.
You eat pizza? What did you have? What pizza did you have?
I had I had Indian pizza.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But yeah, I had Indian pizza. It was good.
So yeah, so we ate that, and then I had the rigatoni bolognese that they have there as well. It was good. I had their. I mean, it was great. I was like, we like, things are good when after we ate it, we're like, it's good. But I knew it was good because Kristen, like, I mean, it's a good 25-minute drive from my house to get there because it's in Altamont, and I don't live in Altamont.
Now I want to
and
go.
and Bella and Kristen basically were like, "Hey, we're doing a girls' night, and we're gonna go eat." That's where we went, and they're like, "We're gonna go get some Italian food," and that's where they went, and they went to go eat there, and they loved it. They thought it was great, and they had it again. They had the Stella again, because so they obviously liked it, and it was delicious.
How fun.
The other thing that I've had that I enjoyed late, and it's a lot of it is because my family does enjoy coffee, and we have a lot of coffee here in Central Florida.
Mm.
And my daughter probably we could probably have her on and she could probably tell you all the different places she's been to because she's gone, like, I feel like every day, like at least once or twice a week, she's trying a new place out in Orlando. But I got two places that I wanted to kind of drop just because I thought they're really good, and they're also mobile, so they're not, you basically have to try to find them or see where they're at. And I don't know if you've heard of them. One of them is Those Guys Cafe.
No, I never heard of them.
They're a little trailer. They've only been in business like 6 months, and let me tell you, people love them, and they get busy. They get super busy. I got fortunate enough to go and have them. I tried they have like a golden brown sugar iced shaken espresso, and let me tell you, I literally was like, I was like, what am I drinking? I'm like, is this even like? It was just so good.
Even drink those cold shaken whatevers. And my daughter happens to work, one of my daughters happens to work at a coffee shop here in
Okay.
town, and she's gotten really good. And she made me at home, I don't know, it was like a coconut almond shaken espresso. It was delicious. So I was like, wow, I finally found, and she made it less sweet than she probably would have made it at work
Yeah.
because she knows that
Yeah.
I'm not a sweet person. But it was amazing. I was like, if I could go to a place and get something like this, I would. But I don't. I went to a really cool coffee place today, interestingly, in a pickleball place on OBT.
Okay.
There's a Japanese style or Japanese inspired coffee house that has like matcha and coffees and teas, and it's in the pickleball academy. But what's opening up right next door, soft open, a new greenery creamery.
Really?
Yes.
I love that.
I'll say that because this isn't going to be posted for a little bit. So this is like, I don't know if it's like news or I'm not sure. But yeah, new greenery creamery on OBT in this sort of, I don't know, it's like a shopping center that's sort of turning over. But yeah, there's this pickleball place in there and there were people playing pickleball. I've never even seen pickleball.
There's an actual pickleball movie. It's grown so much. There's actually going to be an Apple pickleball movie coming out called Dink.
But I
Th-
heard that pickleball was for like old people, but
Not
all the
anymore.
people playing pickleball in there were way younger than me.
Yeah, my nephew plays pickleball and he's in college. So
Yes.
yeah,
So
it
it's
is
like,
everyone is playing it. Everyone is
but this
playing
is
it.
amazing to me because it started with the oldsters.
Correct,
And
correct.
now
It's
the
good. It's
youngsters
there's
like it.
anyone can play it. That's what I heard. I have not maybe we should try it and talk about it due to the fact that pickleball is it's named after a food, pickleball. So we should maybe try it out. The other the other place that I tried, another coffee place, another place that's pretty new opened. The I got to I sold at an event. It was a two girls in a market event, and they had this person that had she runs, it's called Paperback Coffee, and I had one of their signature drinks. It was called the paperback boy. It's a cinnamon sugar latte. It's like topped with like salted honey cold foam, and that was delicious. I literally ended up at that event. I ended up drinking two of her coffees. There was like another one I drank. I was like, I'm just gonna drink down like your like I don't usually do that. Like I don't usually do like a 4 hour event and drink two coffees. But I was like, they were good, and I was like that good that I was like, I guess I'm just gonna be hopping up on
These
caffeine.
are they're so good, but I want to drink them, but they're all sugar and cream and everything. So
Yes.
it's like eating two cupcakes. And so I
Yes.
don't.
You share it with someone, but I didn't share these. I drank these and I enjoyed it, and I had no problem with it. It was like a gift to myself. But that's kind of what I've done. I've like we've like because of my wife and daughter liking coffee, and we I like coffee too. They're like, "Hey, we should go check this place out." And so I'm like, "Okay, let's go." And like now my daughter's like going around checking them all out, and then she's like, "Hey, you should go to this one or you should go to there." So we're always down for that. So if you have a coffee spot, let me know, cuz I'm always looking for a place to get a cup of coffee.
And let me know where they actually just sell coffee, like not an Americano.
Just a
Because
cup of
I'm always
coffee?
looking for a coffee shop that actually just sells coffee, also in addition to matcha and coffee
Yes.
drinks and all the other stuff. Strawberry matcha latte, coconut shaken, double foam cold
Yes.
cheese on top.
There's a lot of those, and some of those you just want a cup of coffee with like I get it. That's I mean, you can't I enjoy the good cup of coffee at Jeff's Bagel Run whenever I get coffee. I always get their coffee at Jeff's Bagel Run cuz I love Otis coffee. There's like their it's the coffee that they use, and I drink that at my house every day. So
My favorite thing
I'm
about Jeff's Bagel Run is the app. I order all my bagels and I go in and I get them and then I leave and I bring home my
yes,
fresh bagels. So I don't get coffee
as
usually.
as you should. But I'll do get a coffee, even though I make a coffee at home. I'll end up getting a coffee there as well, just because it's bad when it comes to that. Anything you've written recently that you want to give a little tidbit to, that someone can maybe go and read a little bit more on it in the Sentinel?
I think one of the coolest stories that I did recently, like that I really enjoyed doing, I had a conversation. This was a few months ago, so it took me a months to get up there because it's just, the weeks they fly. And I was having a conversation. I had eaten some catfish, and a lot of times when I eat catfish, which I love, it just doesn't taste good. And I was complaining about this to the chef. I was like, I must be farm raised because it tastes like fish food. It doesn't taste like fish, and I don't like it. I was like, is there any place that like sells that sells fresh, like wild catfish? And he was like, there's this guy up in DeLand, and that's what he does. He catches catfish from the St. John's River. And I was like, you don't say. So last month I found this place. It's called the Sanders Fish House, and it's not a restaurant. They sell catfish fillets. And this man and his family, I mean, him specifically, he has been, netting up catfish and various other things since the 1960s. And
My
back in the day, there were a lot of other people like him. He is basically one of the only guys left who does this. There's a very few people who do this pretty much every day of the week. Him and his daughter go out and they haul in big nets full of wild caught St. John's River catfish, and they skin them and fillet them and freeze them, and they sell them to restaurants all over Florida, but they also sell them to the public. So there's a lot of people who know about them who'll go there and buy them in bulk and put them in the freezer. And Betty, his wife, is supposedly the master of frying catfish, which I don't doubt. And she's happy to give tips if she's around on the best way to fry up catfish. But what a story, And they're 80. He's 82. She just turned 81, I think, and their daughter helps them. And it's a wild little family business. And it's just one of those little slices of old Florida that you just, fewer and fewer. And they're just lovely people.
I know you got some catfish. So did you? How did you make the catfish, or how
I
did you
didn't
enjoy it?
actually get catfish. I wanted
Okay.
to, but I was on my way someplace. And so I couldn't, if I had had like a cooler with me, I didn't know. I stopped in kind of off the cuff. So I didn't even know if they'd be there. I didn't know. So I didn't actually end up getting any catfish, but I would love to buy catfish from them. And yes, you can just roll up. They have a sign right up there that says blowhorn for catfish. And you can
That's
honk,
awesome.
and they have big walk-ins there, and they will sell you catfish, and they deliver it to restaurants in Deland, restaurants in Palatka, restaurants all up and down, you know. So it's really cool. So you can read that story and find out the restaurants that do serve his catfish if you don't want to buy it but you want to taste the
Yes,
difference between a farmed catfish and a wild catfish that's eating what it's supposed to and swimming healthy out in the river the way it's supposed to, not
that's awesome.
in a
Now I want to
pen.
read up about it because I want to eat some catfish.
It's just one of those cool slice of life stories. And I get to meet so many neat people and their families. And, it's really special getting to know them. And it was cool.
I
Stories.
love
He
it.
found a gun
I
in
love
the
it.
river. They have gators that lay on the nets. They just had so many great stories.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way to end the show because I know we like to have everyone be able to kind of make it nice and short for you to be able to enjoy. I hope you missed us. I hope you are looking forward to hearing more of us. We're definitely back and we'll be recording more frequently for you guys to be able to enjoy. If you have certain topics, certain places, whatever it is, just let us know. Keep leaving it in the comments, sending us messages. We're all about trying to figure out and share some of the places we're enjoying, and as well as also talking about food and talking about the city beautiful.
Yeah. We are growing and we're changing up some formats, and we've got some cool ideas coming your way now that we are ready to start recording again regular. So send your suggestions and tell us where to eat. Tell us where you've eaten. Tell us what your favorite road trip snacks are. Tell us if it's gross to eat chicken livers in a wrap. We want to hear it.
And at the same time, make sure to subscribe, make sure to leave a review, make sure to tell your friends. But that's our show. Keep eating local and shop small. We love you guys.